Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Danny Knows, and today is going to be my take on the recent police brutality shootings. I don't even know if I have a take, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. But my thing is this: you cannot tell me that it is like you can't tell me that you're not curious as of to why every time an unarmed person gets confronted by an officer, they end up dying. You have to ask yourself, why is this happening? An unarmed individual. You are an unarmed individual who's continuously to be shot down by officers. You have to ask yourself, why unarmed? Because if it was an armed individual, I understand because there are. If it was an armed, if it was a, excuse me, let me correct myself. If it was an armed individual who who seems very agitated, who seem like they're gonna, who basically has the intent to do harm, then I understand that story. But if it's somebody who has a concealed weapon within their car and they don't have it upon reach, and because anybody and their dad have a weapon in their car, which is like, and they have a certificate to prove that, but it's not within reach. It's in the glove compartment. If you are unarmed as you get out of the car, why shoot the person? And another thing I have, and I'm not trying to. No, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if the officer shoots an individual who is unarmed, and it's time for a trial, what I don't understand is FBI, everybody else is saying, "Oh, we're gonna look at the evidence. We're gonna look at this. We're gonna analyze this. We're gonna go ahead and look at the surveillance tape. We're gonna look at the car." And the individual did not sell cocaine. The individual does not have a bomb in the car. The individual got out of the car, and the officer slammed the individual on the ground, on the hard pavement, cracking the front of their frontal lobe and busting their nose as their face kisses the ground and being shot at 6, 7, 8 times. What evidence do you need? What evidence do you need? You could also look at the police radar cam to see what the hell happened. You see that. And you know what, the funny thing is that they still continue to not get justice. But you wonder why. Why? And it's a very tragic. It's a very tragic event that happened to those officers. I would not want that. I would not wish for. I would not wish for something like that to happen to any officer. But you have to ask yourself one thing: why? Why did these five officers got killed during these protests? There's a reason why. Because constantly court officials and these government centers and these lawmakers, you guys constantly let these psycho cops free from the courthouse, knowing full and well that they had a history of police brutality. And, these families never get their justice. They have to bury the person that they love. And and the funny thing is that these officers, they don't like, they walk out free. They walk out with a paycheck, while other families they have to bury their young, and while the rest of us wait for something like that to happen, and then we all start mourning again, and then until Kim Kardashian releases a perfume, we're gonna be distracted, and then another month, something like that happens. Why is that? I don't know. That's just my. I just feel like police officers who get involved in stuff like this, you guys should not get paid. You really shouldn't. That's the least you could give these families. They suffered because of you. You have to suffer as well. You need to be prosecuted. You need to. It is illegal. It is against the law to shoot someone who is unarmed. It's against the law, point blank and the period. What else is there for any judge or court official to evaluate? The person's birth certificate? Oh, and let me guess. The person died because the person attempted to choke the person and he had marijuana, which he did not. And I'm putting that out there. Some of you cops would actually fake that and will put it in the reports for everybody else to read. That's the reason why there's so much anger. And this is not this like situations like this does not only happen to African Americans, it happens to all races. However, you guys have got to admit, I know that brown lives matter, blue lives matter and everything, but at the same time, you have to be you in all honesty, you have to open your eyes. The majority, and don't start at this time. Start back in the 60s, start back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. The the most race the most race that you would always hear about or always read about that would always be involved with police brutality and fatalities within police confrontations is African Americans. It really is. It's only African. Why is that? Why? Nobody cannot explain why. But that's life, and it shouldn't be life, but that's the way it is. Because in all honesty, we all are gonna grieve about this, and then I'm telling you, the next month, one celebrity has an affair with somebody else, and we all forget about it, and that's real. It's true. But you know what? That's just my take on it. I just feel like it is really fucked up that these cops are getting paid and knowing full and well that they have a history of brutality and they still are out on the streets. In all honesty, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's harsh to say, but if I ever have a situation, I would not even call the police. I'd rather just deal with it, and that would be the end. That's it. Seriously, what's the point? Because if I call you and all of a sudden I'm running to you, who's to say that you're not gonna shoot me down? Who's to say that you're not going to shoot me down because I'm running towards you? When I could be running towards you because I have been hurt and the other people are getting hurt too. That's my thing. And it's sad to say. It's really sad to say. And you can't. It has to do with. It has to do. And it's not only white, but the thing is, I can't really, in all honesty, I can't really say white. Because in all honesty, this world, America is already fucked up as it is. We all have, there's black versus black, white versus white, Hispanic versus Hispanic, Chinese versus Hispanic. We are all against each other, and I do not understand why. But I cannot speak about that because if I do, not only I will be tired, but I will have a headache too. Because as far as I'm concerned, we all are messed up and we all are as corrupted. But that's the way America is. Then you have Donald Trump, and actually I'm gonna throw this out there. For those that keep saying all lives matter, okay, all lives matter, but just one thing. Does all lives matter when does all lives matter when it benefits you? Or at the time of an individual's death does it matter? I have to ask that because a lot of people who defend I have no issues with all lives matter. My thing is this. If all lives matter, then speak the fuck up. Because some of you all lives matter, like all lives matters individuals or groups or whatever, you guys don't speak the truth. You hide. Because I guarantee you, if this is the thing, half of you all lives matter individuals. If you would have seen another person, an African American, walking in a store, and that person's being followed, you would not dare speak up and say, "Hey, listen, why are you following him? What did he do wrong? He's just like me and you. He's here to shop." Nobody would defend other you. You guys would not defend anybody else until the day God forbid that person gets killed by an officer. That's when you want to speak up. It shouldn't be like that. If all lives really matter, then you speak up when something is wrong. You speak up when there is an attack against someone else's race. And by all lives matter, I hope those who are following all lives matter, I hope that within that category, it's not mainly white lives matter, it's not mainly brown lives matter, it's not mainly yellow life matters. All lives matter. If you're gonna be in that category, all Indians matter, all Malaysians matter, all Haitians matter. Everybody matters. If you're gonna stick up for the All Lives Matters, all Lives Matters group association or whatever you want to call it, I don't believe in that because there's a lot of fake people in there who just who are silently with the group until something happens. Oh my God, all lives matter. But I just want to make sure that those who are promoting that, make sure you're not only promoting your race matters, because everybody race matters, including mine. Everybody's race. It don't matter if you're purple, yellow, a zebra, or a donkey. It don't matter what you are. You matter, I matter, we matter, and you matter. So don't forget that. That's the message I want to bring out to everybody else. Make sure if you're going to promote that a race matter, make sure it's not only yours. Everybody else matters. Everybody else matters as well, because we all built this country together. Whether if you guys know your history or not, we all built our country together. It was immigrants that created this country, and it was because of them we have freedom in this world. We the freedom in this world is here. It's just lost because the amount of corruption and power that we give to people who don't deserve it. But the freedom is there. The true America is here. It's just that corruption, racism is tearing away the true American spirit. And that is to be together. Always remember that. And that's pretty much my take on that's pretty much my take on on the recent situations that happened in Texas. My heart and prayer goes out to the families of the police officers. I hope that you get through this process, and I hope that I just hope that the justice, like in all honesty, like this would never have happened if the justice system would give the people what they want, and that's justice. And because now you have these vigilantes, these anti-police vigilantes that just takes the life. Basically, they're bargaining other people's lives because their loved ones were gone. So I really wish you my deepest sympathy, and I hope that you know, and I hope that we all could come together as people, and I hope that something like this does not happen again, including those young men that were shot by those officers. I hope something like that does not happen again. But unfortunately, I do not know anything about the future or time. But for the time being, we all just got to stick together and to just come together and to basically continue doing peace protests. And I hope these court officials and these judicial departments and systems wake up and realize that this is a sign. This is definitely a sign. The people are getting angry, and if you don't give them what they want, sooner or later they're going to turn against you, and it's not going to be a pretty sight. So please give justice. Please give everybody the justice that they need for their families, so they can finally lay their loved ones to rest. That's all I gotta say. And stay safe, guys, and also don't forget to like and subscribe. And please share your share your like thoughts, and share your like comments on what you think about what has happened within the past 4 days. And reflect on my page. I like to see people's comments and everything. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, guys.